violations. So are you waiving those rights and entering a plea?
I just want, I'm wondering if you could give me a chance to show you that.
Yeah, you can come into treatment court. That's how you get your chance.
Can I do the ISP?
No.
Because the treatment court.
It's the exact same thing. It's I'm seeing you almost just as much. It's like one more meeting a month to do treatment court.
Oh, really? Well,
I mean, it's not, what else in ISP? He's got to go to therapy. He's got to do all of those things. He's got to come in. He's got a drug test. He may or may not have a peer recovery coach. He's got to come in and see me once a month instead of once every 2 weeks.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
I mean, the bond conditions, I'm confident, are basically the same thing.
Oh, I thought I had to come in 2 times. I thought I had to come in 2 times every 2 weeks.
It's about right. I mean, but that's not much different than ISP.
Is it? So, okay, well then let's just do the treatment court then. I'll do whatever.
I mean, they're both a lot. I mean, I just don't want you to think like, oh, I don't want to do. I mean, here's the thing. The first thing is, Mr. Ellis, you have a drug problem.
Of course, yeah.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna use my crystal ball that on the days you admitted to these using like literally all the drugs. When you did this, you probably drove up to the court to drug test. And you're here because you had an operating on the presence of drugs, and you had literally all the drugs in your system that you had that when you tested on these tests, that's all in your system on the day of this incident. So and you came in here to me and lied to this court and said, I'm clean, I don't do drugs anymore. And then you've been up to the court twice, drug testing positive for the same drugs that got you in front of me in the first place.
Well, that's what the drug that they gave me to wean off was a benzo.
Sir, you admitted, according to these allegations, you admitted to using Xanax, Klonopin, marijuana, and Suboxone.
Yes, I admitted.
Do you want to give a hearing, or do you want to enter a plea of guilty to these?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you have 2 options. Let's go over them. You have the right to a lawyer appointed at public expense. You've already waived that and asked that Mr. Fanto not be here. Is that accurate? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You would have a hearing. You have a right to a contested violation hearing. The evidence against you must be disclosed. The evidence would likely be, in this case, the drug test and whatever statements you made to probation. You have the right to be present at the hearing, to present evidence, and to examine and cross-examine witnesses. And the court may consider only evidence that is relevant to the violation, but it need not apply the rules of evidence except for those pertaining to privilege. Like, I couldn't ask about what conversations you had with your attorney or your therapist or things like that. And that the prosecutor would have the burden of proving the violation by a preponderance of the evidence. That's like 51%. Okay, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt like in criminal cases. Do you understand all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, she got to take down what you say, sir. All right. So to the allegation that you tested positive for benzos, marijuana, buprenorphine on 3/11 and 3/19, how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
All right. Did you admit to using Xanax, Klonopin, marijuana, and Suboxone?
Yes.
And did you admit to utilizing fake urine on the 3/19 drug test?
Yes. I'm prescribed Suboxone.
Why would you use fake urine?
I'm prescribed because I knew that if you use fake urine and you put some in, because I was comfortable and I didn't want to stop taking the Xanax. That's why, because it was comfortable. It was more comfortable for me to just in my Xanax, under the influence of the Xanax, it was more to the.
How many Xanax you take today?
I don't take any. I didn't take any. The only thing, if you could break that down, there would be no Xanax in my system. Librium I took 1 this morning, and my last dose is tomorrow morning. That's the last dose of the wean down script. I went to the hospital.
But why the fake urine again? I mean, we don't care if you have Suboxone.
Because I was worried about going through drug court. Honestly, because I didn't know what it was and I had no clue. I was
Mr.
scared. I don't,
Mr.
it
Ellis.
was stupid. It was stupid.
Mr. Ellis, how old are you?
I'm almost 40. I'm 38 years old.
All right. It seems to me like you got a problem. Can we admit to that?
Yeah,
Can
I
we
have a
agree
problem.
on
Yes,
that?
we have.
You have a serious substance use problem.
Yeah. And
Okay, one
I've
second.
done,
You've done what?
I've done a lot of work over the last 2 years, and the only reason that I started to take the Xanax was I was trying to wean myself off of the Suboxone when I first got back from Florida. Over the last 2 years, I was clean for over a year and 3 months. I stopped taking bipolar medication, two different depression medications, and then I got home and I was like, look, I'm gonna get off of the Suboxone. I wanted to quit taking Suboxone too. It was my last chain, and I took the Xanax to try to wean myself off, and in the process, I didn't, and then I ended up just taking Xanax. But I wasn't getting blacked out because I was.
Is that your standard?
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
but
my
do you
standard.
understand that that's,
I completely, yes, I
I mean,
completely understand.
I want to know,
completely
Mr.
understand.
Ellis, in your current state, I want to know if you can hear the words coming out of your mouth. And does it make you recognize, like, I am
I know
desperate?
I have a
I
problem.
am desperate for help.
I know I have a problem and I'm desperate for, and I I'm not really desperate for help. I have Christ.
How's that working out?
I have
How's that
Christ.
working out?
You know what?
How's that working
I
out?
don't know. I don't
Doesn't
know.
look good.
Have
you ever heard this
today,
joke? No, listen to me. Have you ever heard this joke about like a guy who wants God to come save him and there's a flood?
No,
And
I don't make
listen,
jokes
I'm
about
telling
God.
a joke.
I don't
No,
listen to jokes.
okay.
God.
You're gonna listen for a minute. And the guy sits on the roof and someone comes with a boat and they go, hey man, get in, I'm gonna help you get out of here. No, I'm waiting for God. Then a helicopter comes. No, I'm waiting for God. And then whatever else comes, a raft. No, I'm waiting for God. Right? And then he dies in the flood and goes to heaven. And he's like, God, why didn't you help me? God said, I sent a rope. I sent a helicopter. I sent a raft and you didn't take any of them.
Understand.
Right?
I understand.
Like God doesn't come down personally and fix problems for you.
I understand.
If that's what
you know what,
believe.
and you're right, and you know what, you're right.
So maybe this is the raft.
This is the raft. You're right, and I think I'm just angry, and I'm sorry. I just because I've been going through treatment for so long, you know what I mean, and I'm doing wonderful. I really am.
No, you're not. I mean, you're not doing wonderful.
I really
I mean, you
am.
have a stable employment, you have a job.
Like I'm doing great. Besides, even coming off of the Xanax, I'm doing wonderful. Like my taper was going great. I feel great.
You look like you're still in active addiction. Like you have the face of someone who's actively using you.
Really?
Yeah, really. I mean, I think maybe you're stressed out. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I've got you on this violation for literally doing every single one of the drugs that you drove a car under when you were here. I'm limited by the jail task force legislation. I'm inclined to give you the maximum, which would be 93 days. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I can only give you 5 days for the violation, right? That's the max I can give you under law. And then Kara spends this time, we meet you after you were here last time to go through the effort to screen you for treatment court, see if you're eligible. You certainly are, need it. You're definitely high risk, high needs. There's no doubt about that. And now we have to make a decision. I mean, you want to stay on standard probation? Here, I'll tell you what'll happen. I have a crystal ball. I'll give you 5 days today. I'll see you in a couple weeks. That or you'll abscond and you'll get 10 days for your next positive. And then you'll get 15.
So I'll come back in a couple weeks and do my 5 days.
No, I'm telling you, on standard probation, I can't just tell you, you go to jail now and we're just done. I'm closing your file, right? I can't do that. I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
So you stay on standard, you're going to continue to violate because you're not getting the treatment you need and the services you need. And ultimately, we're just delaying me giving you the 93 days until the law says I'm allowed to. You're going to continue to violate. You're going to, I'm talking, you're going to continue to use, and eventually you'll get to 4 and I'll give you the 93 days, right? That's option 1, because that's what I can do. And option 2 is treatment court. And a treatment court, maybe you'll actually get the stuff you need. And what do I think you need?
I said, I know what I need. I mean, if so, do I go to jail today?
What are you, we're talking about your 5 days. Well, that's your first problem.
That's what I'm asking.
But what are we doing afterwards? Am I keeping you on standard? Are you going into treatment court?
Nope, standard.
Okay, standard it is.
And I would like to request that he get a substance use and rehabilitation.
All right, so I need the probation orders. You're gonna stay on standard doing 5 days today. Then I'll see you when you get out. He's going to drug test on.
I don't have my Suboxone.
Okay.
Today is my point.
Has access to that. I'm writing it on your paperwork. What else? What's the other thing you're taking to tighten it up? What is it? Librium?
And you have a pen. Is to undergo mental health eval. These are the terms of your probation that I'm modifying. He's doing a mental health eval. He's doing a substance abuse eval. What's the highest drug testing color we have?
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. He's to test on fuchsia. What color is he on now?
Fuchsia.
He's on fuchsia since we were going to do back in today.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Grasso, that you think's appropriate?
No.
I don't think he's ready for a peer recovery coach. I think he needs to be referred, but hopefully the evaluation will make determinations on that. I'm making a note for the bond paperwork that that you're going to need Suboxone. And I did write gabapentin and Librium. I don't know
what. Need to contact my employer.
They'll let you make a phone call back. All right. Anything else? All right. Can I get your appearance?
Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Ms. Boyce.
Miss Boyce, you were supposed to be here at 10:30 a.m. and you weren't here.
I know, I'm so sorry. I thought it was tomorrow. That's why I called right away when I figured it out.
What time did you call?
At 12:30.
Well, we had complaining witnesses present on these cases today, and they sat here waiting for you to show up on these cases. One of these cases, you've been in warrant status twice on. That's 0902. You had a payment plan. I give you a payment plan of $50 a month. Have you been making payments?
No, I haven't. I don't have a job right now. I've been looking, but I've been helping my daughter take care of her baby, but I've been looking for a job. But see, I don't have a car, so I got to look closely, a place close where I can walk to or take a bus. And so it kind of lowers my, places to get a job.
Yeah, well, I think you're a flight risk. You don't come to court. I have another one from November of 22 for an assaultive crime that you never came to court on. And you've been in bench warrant status on that for 1 year and 3 months. Like, you don't show up. You've got
Well,
tickets that are unpaid. You're driving a car when you're not supposed to. You just like, you know, you want the court to make all these exceptions for you. You've got a criminal history dating back to when I was in high school. Your criminal record starts when I was 16.
and
And you don't seem to take any of this seriously.
no,
and you
yes,
don't
I
seem to
believe me, I
think
take it
I'm
seriously.
No, you don't take it seriously. You've been in warrant status for years on assaultive cases. That's a
Well,
fact.
that one will get
That
dismissed
is
because
a
I did not
fact.
hit her. My daughter's not going to show up for court because I did not hit her. She lied.
You could turn yourself in person. You could turn yourself in. We could set you a court date. You have $100 bond on the $100 cash bond on the driving while license suspended. That's 24034302. And you need to come up to court and pay that.
Yeah. I could probably do that on probably around the 15th. I can get the money for that.
All right, well, you'll be in warrant status until that time.
Okay. But I could just go into the courthouse with the $100 and then
Yeah, and then you'll come see me and then we'll set a court date.
okay. But go to the police station with the money, right? Or do I go to the
No, you come
courthouse?
to the court, ma'am. You come to the court.
Okay. Okay.
You're all set. You're in warrant
Okay, thank
status.
you, ma'am.
And you'll remain in warrant status until you come into the building.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Ms. Hicks, who is present. These time date set for a violation. Gone through her rights with her. Ms. Hicks is well aware of them and is prepared to waive them, prepared to enter plea of guilty to having a positive ETS and on confirmation. And she acknowledges she's 3 meetings or so short on her AA meetings.
She in custody that week?
No, Judge.
Oh, it's not the
I
week she was
just
in.
got up, it was right after I got up.
She
Okay.
got on the 12th, she went to meeting on the 13th and not again until the 18th, so there was like 5 days or 4 days that she could have done meetings.
I will say I seen my peer coach on Thursday, but it was a phone interview, so I didn't write it down.
Okay, we'll write them down for now on. All right. There's an allegation, Brittany, that you tested positive for alcohol and your drug tested ADAPT on 2/19 and it was confirmed positive, and that you failed to attend your 3 pro-social meetings a week between 2/12 and 2/19. Did you go over this 2-page advice of rights form with your lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
You understand that if you enter a plea of guilty, you'll be waiving the hearing rights in this form. There will be no hearing of any kind?
Yes, sir.
All right, knowing all of that, how do you plead to the allegation? You tested positive for alcohol on 2/19/24. To the allegation that you failed to attend your 3 pro-social meetings between 2/12 and 2/19, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I'm gonna accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given. Brittany, what are we going to do with you?
I'm just trying to stay afloat.
Brittany, if you do not successfully complete this program and you continue to have use after use after use violation, do you understand what happens? I'm asking you honestly, do you understand?
You told me I got up to 5 years for my charge.
I don't know, it looks like your charge is a 1 year. But like, it's Oakland County. It is not Wayne County. I'm not saying this to be facetious. I'm not trying to like threaten you or scare you. I'm telling you, I was a criminal attorney for almost 20 years. Oakland County will put you in for the maximum. They will. Mr. Fanto, what did you think of your practice in Oakland County as a criminal attorney?
Do as little as possible in Oakland County because they don't look to help anybody.
When I was a criminal defense attorney, Brittany, and people would come to me with cases in Oakland County, it's like, why pay me? I'm stealing from you. That's what I would tell them. I'm stealing from you if I take this case. One, because I don't want to go practice out there. But honestly, I'm stealing their money because I know no matter how hard I work on this case, no matter what I tell them, that judge and the prosecutor, they're not going to, there really aren't negotiations out there. This is what you get and they're done. And it doesn't matter if you pay 10 grand for an attorney or you get a public defender. Doesn't matter. You're doing it. Like that's just how it works out there. They have room. And you've got kids. You clearly have a substance use problem. I mean, at this point, every violation you've had is for use. I want you to know, like at some point, we try therapeutic adjustments. We try everything we can to like help give you tools. But if you're not using them and you're not putting in the work you have to put in, like at some point I don't have a choice. And you're starting to you're teetering. And I understand it's tough out there. Like I do. I know you think because I have this thing and I'm sitting up here that I don't. But like I grew up on Glenwood. I went to Brake Elementary. Like I'm not from this life. I'm not. I just worked really, really hard because I didn't want to work like my mom did, period. And you got to make better choices, Brittany. And I don't know, we had a staff meeting. The whole meeting was how do we help Brittany? How does this happen? But it all comes back to like, well, what's Brittany doing? Using. Brittany, you just went to jail.
Exactly.
For coke. Right before that, you went to jail for we had another coke, 2 cokes, marijuana, alcohol. I mean, you've already done an IOP. If you don't use the tools we give you, you get out of this what you put into it. We're increasing your drug testing to fuchsia. You're doing the 90 and 90, which I know you've already gone to meetings, and Mr. Fanto and I had a discussion about that. So you do 90 and 90. We're gonna have a round table meeting with you, with your treatment team. All right.
Yeah.
So we can try and figure out what's going on. But I mean, Brittany, the company you keep is bad for you. You keep bad company around you. Because every time you're with someone, you were sitting in a car with someone came over, you were like, these people are bad for you.
But this time I was literally just at a hotel for my daughter for her birthday. I was at a hotel with my daughter for her birthday this weekend.
Drinking.
No, I wasn't.
You have a confirmed positive alcohol test.
I really haven't.
Brittany, you had a confirmed positive test. You had a confirmed positive test. You've got to scram for 60 days. And now we come to the jail time. Still got your job?
Yes. Yeah.
Brittany, you got 2 days you got to do. I took into custody right away last time. I know you had to take 5 days off and you kept your job. I'm not gonna make you turn yourself in right now. Cause I don't, when's your day off?
Today, I don't go back to work actually until today, and then I go to work I picked up tomorrow for overtime, and then I don't go back till Sunday,
What's tomorrow? Friday? What time's your shift end on Friday?
5 o'clock.
Can you turn yourself in tomorrow night? Or so Friday night and Saturday night?
Time to go work some.
5 a.m.
You wanna do one of your nights tonight and do the other one this weekend? Oh, yeah, right. All right, she's gonna serve 1 day forklift. And that way she can keep her job, and then one with a turn-in date. You wanna do, so you're gonna do Friday at 5 to Saturday at 5, or 5-ish. If you said you got off at 5, however long it takes you to get here, but they're not gonna,
Put it at 6, you can be here by 6.
all right, Friday at 6 to Saturday at 6. Brittany, I was hoping that those days in county would give you some time to reflect. Cause like, this is on you.
So is she gonna be reporting for 2 days for jail?
She's doing 1 day right now. And then she's gonna do the next, then she turn herself Friday at 6.
I mean,
She's,
She'd be released at 4 AM, then she'd go to work, and then she'll come back and be back here at 6.
It's tomorrow, Friday. All right, she's doing overnight. I don't know if they're gonna let her out that early. Will they?
I just,
can I
I
recommend
just
that
do
she
it all
reports
now.
Friday and then?
You'll do it all now, just get it done?
Yeah, I just gotta call her and tell her that.
You can call them and tell them that. She's going now, she's gonna do 2 days while she's off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brittany, get on track. We're rooting for you. But like, this is no way to live, man.
This make arrangements with Kelsey.